Hi guys, it's Ali from Wing Reviews on Bookish Days. This week we are talking about our top 5 books of 2012 that we've read. This is Ridge's birthday week. Happy birthday, Ridge. And this is the topic that he's chose. So I'm going to get started with my top 5 books. The way that I've picked these is I've just gone through all the books that I gave 5 stars to and then just picked 5 out of those because it made it easier. Because I read a lot of good 4-star books as well, so it was difficult to choose, but when narrowing it down to just the 5-star ones, which I don't give loads of 5 stars out, it was easy actually to pick 5. So I've got 1 Kindle book and the rest I have here. So the first one is Nevermore by Kelly Cray that I read on Kindle, which I'm quite slow to this. I only read this year, and I know the second one has just come out. I absolutely loved this book. I thought it was amazing. It's so different to anything I've ever read. It was so sort of gothic and dark and different, but it was mixed in with this girl who's a cheerleader, who's very different to the boy who's gothic, and all this stuff happens, and it's kind of fantasy mixed with, I don't know, I devoured it. I absolutely loved this book. Number 2 is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. This one is, I guess it's fantasy, but it's set in 1886, and it's just fantastic. The actual writing style in this is fantastic. The way the story is set out is brilliant. I've never been so drawn into something, and I love the magical descriptions of everything in the night circus and all the different acts that are at the night circus. I would really love to go to this circus and experience all this cool stuff. And then the story itself is really mesmerising as well. It's one of those books that I bought because it has a pretty cover, and often that backfires, but with this one it did not. It was fantastic. Number 3 is The Iron Knight by Julie Kagawa. This is the 4th and final book in the Iron Fae series, and I read this at the beginning of the year and I absolutely adored it. This series is my most favourite young adult series anyway, and Prince Ash is my most favourite young adult man crush, boy crush I suppose, he's only young. And yeah, it's told from his point of view and it's fantastic, and it really ends the series really well. I mean, the series ended well in the 3rd book anyway, and that's where it was supposed to end, and then she added this because there was such an outcry at what happened at the end of the 3rd book, and so she added this, and it's really good. I loved getting inside Ash's head and seeing his adventures with Puck and things like that. Fantastic. If you've not read any of the Iron Fae books, by the way, what is wrong with you? You need to read them, like now. They're fantastic. The 4th one is Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. Again, I'm a bit of a late comer to this book. I only just read this year. Someone bought me this for my birthday in May and I adored it. I'm not a huge contemporary fan, but this was fantastic. And I just became obsessed with this book, with this story, and I read it in one day. I was off sick from work and I was feeling really gloomy that I was sick, and I ended up just sat and I read this in one day and it totally cheered me up. It's light-hearted, it's funny, and it's just really great. If you don't read contemporary, then this definitely is a good one to try. The 5th book that's made my top 5 of this year's reads is The Touch of Power by Maria V. Snyder. This is the 1st book in her new fantasy series. I'm not sure what the actual series is called. I think it's the Healer series or something like that. But if you like high fantasy, then this is a must read. I absolutely adored this book. I thought it was fab. it's got everything you want in a fantasy book. It's got adventure and, you know, sword fights and magic and kind of like a massive road trip. You know, they go on this trip to save somebody, and to get there they have to go through all these different places and deal with all different threats and things, and there's a bit of a love story going on as well, but it's not the main focus point. It's good in that it's not the main thing, you know. It's a very small side story, as is, I think, very good with high fantasy or traditional fantasy. So yeah, someone's banging on my door, I think, but never mind. So yeah, that's my 5th one, and those are my 5 picks. So yeah, I'm gonna go now because someone really is knocking on my door. So yeah, again, happy birthday, Ridge, and I'll see you all next week. Bye.